Updates are I weaned the foals earlier this week. It's very bright out. And B kind of lost her mind a little bit. So she's out here living in the round pen right now. This is B. Basically I weaned her full and she started oh my goodness, jumping and climbing fences to get back to him. And kind of she wasn't even super anxious about it. The other mare, Abby, was more anxious, but B was just kind of no, I'm not staying in the pen. Thanks for knocking down my rail, everybody. That's so great. I love putting fences back up every single day. This is new horse Ripley. It looks a lot like Flash. I've pulled his shoes because he's living in with the big hay nets, so he can't have open-heeled shoes. They can get snagged and he could get hurt. If he needs shoes again, I'll be putting composites with the clothes back on because they're much safer and much better for them. But right now he's not doing a whole ton. I'm going to assess him because I have to enter for a show that's not for 6 weeks from now, but the entries are due super early, so I'm going to decide if him coming is a possibility or not. Alright, we've got Ripley. Athena's not pleased about it. She just turned 3 and she believes it was her turn to be started on her saddle next. So she's really wanting adventures and such, but it'll come soon. And this guy, come on, messy man. He's gonna come along here. So some things I've already noticed about him from training him is I'm actually surprised at some of the things he doesn't know. I wouldn't even say he leads super well. Because before, this, he doesn't like me being on his right. So right now, I'm leading him from his right. And he's just, for a horse with his kind of show record, I'm very surprised. He's so unsure of everything. So them wondering why he was shutting down. I mean, it's absolutely no surprise to me. I'm surprised he made it anywhere in the first place, by the way. He is when you handle him. So, alright, I'm going to turn the camera off for a minute because this is going to be a bit of a chore getting him to the barn, I guess. Hey guys, time for a little voiceover here of these clips so you know what I'm trying to accomplish and what's going on. So basically start with some groundwork in a rope halter, and all I'm trying to do is get him relaxed, happy, and listening. I'm testing my brakes out because this is before I had ever ridden him. I do some changes of direction to make sure he's relatively attentive. You can see I'm not too strict about the stopping time as I would be with a more experienced horse. You give him a chance to see the cue, a little shake of the rope if he ignores it, and then as soon as he stops, the pressure drops, and I'm actually using a clicker to click and reward him. And you can see he's relatively relaxed. He's got his pole below his withers, and he's just kind of meandering around looking pretty chill, and this is what I want. And there, he did a really good stop. So when he did a really good stop, we just stand for a minute. And I've cut out a lot of it because I didn't want it to be too boring. Here I decided to address his poor leading by trotting him in hand. And this is a good way to do it. You can see he has no idea what's going on, which again is strange to me for such an experienced horse. So I'm just shuffling along, and as soon as he trots, I click and give him a reward and stop. All the pressure goes off. And here you see he trots right away, and we stop right away. And you'll see on his right eye, which is the eye he didn't want me on when I was leading him and talking to you, he gets quite worried about me being beside him, doing my little shuffly steps. So there, gave him a reward. He went around me even though I wasn't running with him. And there you can see he's just scooting his butt and he's really kind of overreacting. So I just stay kind of jogging, trying not to stare him down and direct my energy at him. And there he's trying to cross over and get me in his left eye. So I just drive him around, and we did have to work on it for quite a bit. I did cut out a lot of the footage, but you can see he comes back and he's relaxed. Next, because I do start riding all my horses in a rope halter, I do teach them to have the rope thrown over their head calmly, and that's how I change direction. I did used to knot my lead rope around on my halter, but I've had it come undone several times. So this is just a better way to be able to change directions no matter what, even if your knot comes undone, even if stuff's going wrong. And it's really good for a horse to be able to have something swing back and forth over their head like that without reacting. And when training horses, especially horses you're not sure, make sure you do everything from both sides, because I already know he's way less confident out of his right eye. It's very important for him especially to be trained on both sides. The next part of our journey here is the mounting block. Now, he definitely has a behavior that I'm pretty sure he learned, like it was taught to him, whether intentionally or not, that when the rider's weight's in the saddle, he walks off. So I'm trying to fix that because that's absolutely my pet peeve. My horses are expected to stand immobile at the mounting block until I am ready to clearly tell them to go. I don't do the hop around on one stirrup, and I don't like a horse just taking initiative to walk off without me. So I've cut out a lot of the clips again. The first part is just him getting clicked and rewarded for parking at the mounting block, and then him getting clicked and rewarded for me with one foot in the stirrup, which I cut out. And this is him learning to stand at the mounting block while I mount. So there, he walked off. I just put him back. I park him. I click him for parking. And again, I've cut out quite a bit. And you can see that he's standing immobile until the second he feels my weight transfer. And then he just walks off very calmly, which to me is just a behavior he was taught. I park him, click reward, and you can see the lighting change. Sometimes with horses, you have to be at these things for as long as they need. And then there, so I got on, give him a click and a reward, and then an immediate second click and a reward. And then I got off him, we didn't ride away. And now this is me just doing it from the right side. And with the right side, we didn't have the troubles we had on the left, which again, learned behavior on the left, but he's not used to being mounted on the right, so we didn't encounter the same problem on the right. And there, I'm just tossing the rope over him. So this is what I mean. Stand and stay until I'm ready to go. If I want to throw a rope over you, if I want to do something, if I want to adjust something, I should be able to do that without a horse just taking me for a walk. So there, we just did a couple steps and brake checked, and that ended my little ride. And here we got back on the left side, and now he's really understanding. You can see the drape in my rope. When I'm teaching a horse to stand still at a mounting block, I do not use contact on their face, whether it's a rope halter or a bridle. I do not hold them there. I want them to understand to stand there. And here we walk, we get a pet, we ask for a stop at the seat. It's very good. There was a lot of getting on and off again that I cut out because I didn't want this video to be too long. But some of the rides, especially when I'm first kind of testing out a horse or building confidence or fixing a problem, some of the rides are 10 steps long, and then you get off and it allows that horse time to process, finish that ride so that anything goes wrong the next time you get on, which can be 10 seconds later, it won't ruin the progress you made at the last ride, because if you had time to settle, that thing has ended and you've started a new thing, rather than just going for a 1 hour ride where a whole bunch of stuff can go right and then a whole bunch of stuff can go wrong. this to me makes it much clearer to the horse. You've done well. This is great. This is what we want. You can see I'm in no hurry. The longer he just stands still, let me throw ropes around, the better. I just want him to relax and learn to be a horse. Okay, we just finished our first ride together ever. Don't mind my helmet, hair, and head. But he was great. I couldn't really hope for that to go better. So, yeah, I'm very pleased. He was very relaxed. And that's basically our goal right now, is to have a relaxed and happy horse above everything else. So I'm just going to untack him and do his after ride groom and put him back. Stop trying to come back in.
A few moments later.